Hello, everybody. I'm here with Ben Webster, the owner of the Mandate Press, and I'm going to ask him a few questions concerning laws that prohibit or strengthen his business. All right, Ben. Okay. How does the law impact the way you do things? Whether it be creative law or martial law, any sort of law, how well does it work with you?
Well, there's any number of ways. Obviously, from the creative aspect, you've got to worry about copyright law and whatnot. If you're creating your own artwork, if it's too close to other existing artwork or whatnot.
Much like Quark.
Like what?
Like Quark.
Yeah, like the Quark logo thing. If you're using stock photos, things like that, you want to make sure you're paying for the right license for your use, etc., etc. We also run into, if we're printing artwork, we'll show samples of work that we've printed, and if somebody sees that, they'll often say, I want that, can you do that for me? But that's somebody else's design, so we have to push back on clients actually and say, we'd love to, but that's not our design to reproduce for you. You've got to supply us with your own artwork. If you want to rip that artwork off, that's kind of, in your hands, but we won't do it for you. Then there's obviously, from a business aspect, there's all kinds of employer laws, and from a human resources vantage point of you've got to respect obviously people's, can't ask certain questions when you're interviewing, etc. Things like that you've got to take into account.
Okay. Next question: what benefit do you get with the law impacting you? What are the benefits of certain laws, like copyright laws or creative laws?
It's a good question. Like just all the things I listed before, it works in reverse as well. We try to enforce copyright law within our shop and hope that others will do the same, and that it covers your work as well. If you've got copyrights on your work, then it's protected from others ripping it off, so it protects you there.
Okay. And the final question is, what laws would you change to help your business? That's probably a pretty loaded question, but I don't know. It's kind of a question I've been wanting to ask a lot of people.
That's a good question. I don't know. Law that says I have to pay taxes. There you go.
There you go. All right. Law has to pay taxes. Would there be anything you change about copyright laws? Because I know that's probably the biggest one in this conversation.
That's hard because I don't really think so, because it's kind of like, well, you either make it more strict to protect your own work, but also there's a con to that, because the line gets fuzzy between where inspiration stops and ripoff begins, and the tighter you try to be on that law, the looser, the more risk there is. The tighter, the less wiggle room you've got, and so I think it works how it is.
Wonderful, Ben. Well, thank you very much, and we will see him later. Now I have to figure out a way to turn this off.
All right.
Thank you, Ben. Truly appreciate it.
No problem.